A train Reactor spin fire. The NFT analyzer. Diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From your Memecoins to tokens. He's got all the intel. Web3 wizardry. He'll show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the...
Gotta cut that off before it gets super cringe. It gets really, really cringy here. But I dig that. Good morning, guys. Good to see you. Welcome to Chain Reactor. No matter where you're watching, if you're watching over on SlamX Official over on YouTube, if you're watching on the new SlamX.io account over on X, or if you're on the good old faithful CryptoSlam account, welcome to the show, guys. Make sure you're following all those accounts, by the way, and subscribe to that new YouTube channel. There will be different kinds of communications on each of those. Game plan, well, it's locked in. Can't wait to share that with you guys, really. It's good to see you, Gravity, man. I'm excited. You've made, like, I think all of these shows so far, which is a treat for me. Hey, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to share this out in a quick second here. Interesting day, though, already. As we expect in a freaking bull market. Yeah, we're in a bull market. Even when it doesn't feel so great. I think I saw a stat out there that, like, out of the entire year, out of 365 days, there's, I can't remember if it was 11 or if it was 22 days where Bitcoin is up, right? That's it. Out of the entire year, the rest of it, it's down. It's down or flat. So interesting to keep that in mind, right? Good morning. Good morning. I see you guys rolling in. Choco Bear, what's up? It's great to see you, man. Johan, good morning, sir. My friend and mentor with 2 O's. R2, good morning, sir. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, guys, make sure to like and subscribe and share out the show. Let's get the whole damn crew in here. What are we getting into today? What did I make the topic here? The headline. ETH NFTs for sure. But man, I'm excited to be able to talk about runes again. Not that it's been too long since we talked about them, but clearly a bit of a dry spell out there, and I don't know, people just running with this narrative that runes are dead. And, you know, sure, they felt like it for a few days, but man, a few days in context, and again, just hearing that Bitcoin is down usually most of the year, that's kind of normal. I know people need things to talk about, right? They need it. People need their content. But runes really coming roaring back to life here in the past 24 hours in a pretty noteworthy way. And Dog in particular, can't wait to get into that one with you guys. But in general, ETH NFTs, some rune updates, of course. Okay, we've been talking a lot about Fantasy Top. We'll keep talking about it because it's just about the hottest thing out there. And you know my thoughts on it. I like it. I don't think it's a fad. And yes, even though that may have its ebbs and flows, man, I think that kind of idea is here to stay. Gamify hey, we're in this space because we like gamified things. Gamify social media, yes. Bring it on. Like, absolutely, bring that on. Still, I think Fantasy Top may be starting to cool, seeing little signs of that already, which is fine. A lot of rewards in Blast still. We're going to talk about that. Memecoins in Blast, man, again, talk about missing the boat. I've missed the boat there, although still think it's pretty damn early. So yeah, we got a lot to get into. Mentor, yeah, throw 4 O's in there. Yeah. Hey, good morning, man. Yeah, that's big news, isn't it? Guys, feel free. Drop any headlines, any stories that you see that are big and you want to hear us touch on here. But yeah, apparently FTX is going to get, make customers whole. Still, though, I remember when they said it would be at the value. Excuse me. Let me try to remember this. FTX was going to get people back their crypto at the value it was at when FTX went bankrupt. So it was like a fraction of what it was worth or is worth today. But with that said, Diamond Head, yeah, they said they're refunding everybody. So it's good news. We'll see how that goes. Send Lemon to the burn address. Yeah, Lemon sent me a DM and found something really interesting, and I'm going to throw it out in front of you guys. I'm trying to understand what it is we were looking at, but basically looked like there was a CryptoPunks sale that really ended up going to the burn address. It didn't, but I'm trying to make sense of the transaction. And actually, Johan here might know. He's pretty savvy with that stuff. King Leo. Man, that man putting in work for us. Love that guy. Lemon. It's going to end poorly because that's what it looks like. Yeah, all these influencers getting their accounts botted up. Oof. Some of them, dude, some of them might get, I'm expecting account suspensions, and I'm worried that some of them may not get their accounts back. Like, super worrisome. I hope that doesn't happen because, like, I mentioned this morning, like, War Daddy. I like that dude a lot. Guy makes phenomenal content. He's a gigabrain. But, like, would suck for a guy like that who has been building and building and building in a very real way, at risk of maybe losing his account because his account is botted. So, kind of sucks. But also, what can you do? You're playing a dangerous game. It is what it is. All right, let me throw crypto up on the screen here real quick. You can see, yeah, pretty much everything down here in the past 24 hours. I'm going to go share out this room. Let's get a little Kongish. Little Kongish while I do that. And a reminder, guys, yeah, feel free. Please share the show out to your buddies. This is always that awkward silence when I when I do the retweeting. Damn, my God, I love this song. Spoke to Henry yesterday, by the way, guys. If you were tuning into the afternoon show, he popped in for maybe 15, 20 minutes, but he's out in Hong Kong at these Bitcoin conferences. Good stuff, dude. He met up with Udi from Taproot Wizards Quantum Cats. It's good stuff. Shared some good insights. Udi's a hell of a dude, too. I'm glad Henry got to meet him. I've always had, like, I hold Udi up there. Like, really, really respect that guy's takes. And Henry, like, meeting him in person really got that clicking. For him, I should say, for him. So that was cool to see. Almost done. All right, we're back. We'll keep the jam going, but we're back. Appreciate those retweets, guys. Thank you very, very much. All right, let's start with crypto. It's our new starting point. Makes sense. Everything stems from crypto, from Bitcoin, from those freaking ETFs, man. Hey, good morning, sir. Yeah. Oh, that's cool, yeah. Dude, great stuff, right? Like, Henry's awesome with this stuff. He was not techie at all before he got into Web3 at all. I mean, he was learning, like, all our terminology, just how like, internet culture works, right? He picks it up quick. He does. He doesn't think he does, but he really, really does. When he and I talk, there's, like, he always says he lags behind. And, okay, I'll admit, I'm not saying, okay, how do I say this, man? I'm usually a little ahead of the curve. And if he thinks he's a little behind the curve, well, he and I talk so much, I'm usually able to pull him up to speed much, much quicker, which is great. He and I just work so well together in that regard. And he is just such a great pulse for this whole other side, the inner workings of projects and that degen culture. Like, it's awesome. He and I are the dynamic duo. One day I would love to get him on a show like this, like full-time, like a full-time daily morning show. Dude, exactly. Henry's been training for freaking years with his rug shop. For anyone who doesn't know, again, Henry the Great from Kong's my brother. IRL owns a rug shop. Like, sells carpets and rugs, but super awesome meme here for the space. Anyway, guys, back to this. Yeah, Bitcoin down, Ethereum down. So, I mean, dude, everything down, right? Let me check. Everything. Past hour, things are turning around, which is great. But yeah, a really down 24 hours here on crypto, and wouldn't you just guess it? Hey, we're looking at the ETF flows right here, outflows, inflows. Had a nice streak of 2 days in a row of just every ETF in the positive. Yesterday, not so much. Not a bad day, but in total, I think we were negative 15, almost 16 Bitcoin. So outflows outpacing the inflows. Keep watching this, guys. Keep watching. So we were talking about this and showing this yesterday. I think it was. Maybe it was maybe it was Monday. Whatever. It is all turning into a giant blur. But we were showing how the outflows and inflows directly relate to the price of Bitcoin. So on a negative day, Bitcoin's down. On a positive day, Bitcoin's up. It's that simple, but those ETFs have that much power and that much sway at this point. They do. So, man, let's do an exercise like this going forward. Let's look at the outflow inflows. Let's look at the flows. And then we're going to guess the price of Bitcoin before we even look. If that's possible, because I know a lot of us start our day looking at Bitcoin. But if it's possible, I want to try this. And then some news. I'm kind of still looking to vet. I'm just not quite buying this. Again, we talked about this yesterday afternoon, and this does matter a lot if it's true, but this guy Marty Party, and with a name like Marty Party, how do you not believe it? How do you not? You got to trust that. But saying that mainland Chinese traders are going to be able to trade that Hong Kong spot ETF, both Bitcoin, both Ethereum. I saw in the replies, which I can't find now for whatever reason, but people saying that's like literally no. That's not happening. So what's true, what's not? I don't know. I'll tell you this. I've gone through this guy's account. He's got great insights. Like, I like it. I started following him just because I think he's got great takes on crypto in general. So, with that said, for now, I'm going to buy what he's selling. I like it. And that is a big deal. If mainland China, if they can buy into the ETF, that is a whole lot of money that comes in. And again, you see how the Bitcoin ETFs affect the prices. It's a big deal. Ethereum, though, that price going down, always related to Bitcoin, but has its own story, has its own news today, probably has a big impact on, well, what are we down to? I mean, damn, we're just about to go under 3,000. It's probably going to happen, right? But yeah, that big Bitcoin news is Grayscale. They're withdrawing their their Ethereum ETF application, which on paper sounds bad, maybe. I don't think any of us were expecting this to get approved. So, does this move the needle at all? I doubt it. I just can't wait to learn or get more insights into the why. Like, why are they withdrawing? And there is speculation already. This guy, James. Well, first off, he's saying that basically this is a little gamified, right? The way you get certain of your products approved is by trying to get other things approved that you know are never going to go through. But somehow, some way, it's like leverage to get something else approved. It's really interesting. It's a world I'm starting to learn about. I have never understood this in the past, and it's great here finally through Bitcoin, through crypto, finally get to be an adult to some degree and learn about this stuff. But there's a lot to it. So as far as why they would do this, again, he's just speculating here. But it could be that they already knew it's going to get denied, and they do not want to piss off the SEC, which is probably important, right? Make the SEC go through all this work, dragging them through like some legal proceedings just to upset the SEC. Fair enough, makes sense. The flip side is maybe they know it's already going to get approved, and they're withdrawing again to make this easier all around. Less paperwork to sign, less things to have to comment on, just in general. That doesn't sound likely, though, just being honest. I think to this guy, but to anybody else here, I think we're all expecting ETFs to get denied. They've been delayed 3 times already, so. And then with this new news, from the past few weeks where SEC has classified ETH as a security behind the scenes, yeah, it's probably not happening. So, yeah, a story we'll keep watching, we'll keep following up on. Again, is it a big deal? I think not, but It's still another chapter in this story, and this story will keep writing itself here over the next days, weeks, months, honestly, years. ETFs were buying the dip. Hey, if they're smart, they are, and it's exactly kind of what I was thinking would happen too. Cheap Bitcoin is super appealing to, especially those guys who they're already invested in quite a bit. Think about it like this: the big institutions who are invested in Bitcoin bought in, a lot of them more recently, meaning they have a lot of belief that we're going way up, like all of us do, right? 2x, 3x, whatever. So you better believe if we get some discounted Bitcoin, they're getting cheaper Bitcoin. Why would they not? You think that? You think, Lemon? Yeah, no, that's a fair point. 18 is not a ton, considering what they really have to throw around, yeah. I love it. Love the insights, Lemon. Good stuff. All right, so the NFT market. Crypto being down, yes, affecting the prices of NFTs. So the forecast 500 showing that the NFT market is down 1.37%. I'll also say, looking at floor prices, we got a little bit of that impacting the value too. So yeah, ETH and all these other coins, Solana, all these down, impacting the index. But yeah, we're going to get to ETH prices, and although ETH is looking pretty damn strong here in the past week, past 24 hours, no, not so much. Sales yesterday, though, up. Love to see that. 21.5 million, that is cross-chain sales, and up across the board here. Up, just up. Every category. Sellers up, buyers up, transactions up. This one just is starting to bum me out, though. Even though you've heard me say it many, many times, but taking losses on your trade, especially in a market like this, probably means you see awesome opportunities in other places, and man, I think everybody's seeing those opportunities over on Blast. I see it. I would take some losses if I had anything worth enough to take a loss on to go play elsewhere. Man, you guys saw Pac-Moon? I mean, my goodness, and we'll actually get to that, but huge opportunities in other places. A lot of stuff in Blast, man. Really spicy, really spicy. But again, I always looked at positive 1 million for profits as like a benchmark where I like to see the market. And look, we were there for good stretches of time this year. So that's my benchmark. It is arbitrary, but I like it. Yet here in the past couple of weeks, nothing but negatives, and really a lot of negative million plus. Really rough stretch. So yeah, again, yesterday, negative 745,000. Today, we're already negative $500,000. Would love to see that turn around. It's going to take probably a new all-time high for Bitcoin, for crypto. And I'll say specifically Bitcoin. That'll get people pretty damn energized here. All right, killing the tunes for now. What's moving the market here? Not going to go line by line, just seeing what stands out. Ordinal's volume up, which is great. CryptoPunks, dude, rocking. Tons of sales over there. So yeah, I'm going to show that in a quick moment here. But yeah, Punk sales rocking. Anything else standing out here to you guys? Not so much. I'll tell you this, Pixelmon's new game, I cannot remember. Oh my goodness. All right, they won me over. These guys won me over entirely, okay? All right. I used to be a hardcore gamer, probably like everybody here, right? Love games. And maybe you saw me tweet this morning about Hades 2. Like, Hades 1, one of the best games I've ever played. Like, maybe a top 10 game, maybe. But I like roguelikes. I like that genre. Binding of Isaac is probably my number one favorite game ever. Like, top 2, top 3 at the very least. But I think there's no game I play more than that. Anyway, Hades 2 is out. I don't want to play it because it's so addicting. Dude, it's phenomenal. Point here, though, is Pixelmon unveiled their game finally. The name of the game, by the way, this was like a week ago. I just caught up on it. But the name of the game, but also that the game is a roguelite. So it's that same type of gameplay loop, and man, people eat that up. It's such a fun style. It's such a fun way to play games. So Pixelmon rocking here really for the entire past week, and I get why. Showing a very, very, very nice looking game. The mechanics look awesome. Roguelikes, either one. I mean, there's two different styles. They're very similar, but people love those games now. It feels like the gaming space has kind of moved to those type of games over the past few years. It's kind of everyone's jam. Freaking Kevin, dude. What a What a hell of a time that was, dude. I never wanted to see them get another chance, but I think it was you guys who were telling me it's a whole new team. So you got to give them another chance. Yeah, I have to. Have to. All right, punk sales. Absolutely ridiculous here. Absolutely ridiculous. Check it out. In fact, let me refresh. I want to see if we've got the most up-to-date view here. Yeah, looking like it. Top 10, all CryptoPunks, guys. All freaking CryptoPunks. Now, this morning when I looked, it was the top 15. By the time I was recording my morning video, it was top 14. Again, this is a rolling 24-hour view you're looking at here. But a lot of CryptoPunk sales, a lot, man, a lot. And I'll say this, I saw a tweet out there saying this was the most CryptoPunk sales we've seen in, I think it was 6 months, which is actually not quite true. It's not. I'll tell you this, data is hard to capture, like really hard. We know this. I know this. At CryptoSlam, we know this. It's incredibly challenging. There's a lot of other data out there that people cite, and great data everywhere. There's no better data than right here. Because I can tell you that tweet I saw that said most CryptoPunk sales in 6 months, it's got a little hole in the data. Again, it happens. This stuff is really difficult. But no, we actually had more sales. By the way, 14 or 15 sales in the past 24 hours here. We had, well, close to that in March, but actually in, let's see here, February, we matched those sales. We had 15. And then also in January, we had a couple big days here. So we had a day of 22 sales, another day of 20, another day of 15, a day of 28 sales. And like in my mind, I can picture it. I remember this, dude. It's just like the CryptoPunk sales bot just would not stop rattling off these sales. So really, it's been about 4-ish months. January, February, March, April, May, like less than 4 months. But still, I mean, regardless, great to see punks selling. Used to be a big leading indicator for an NFT bull run. It did. It used to be. Is it now still? I'd kind of like to hope so. And I kind of think it is. All those big X copy sales from over the past month or so, big art sales, big grail sales, those were usually indicators, as were punk sales. I don't think it's meaningless what's happening here. I just think there's now so many other, picture this, so many other platforms to play on right now that you're seeing a lot of the money flow there, right? There is the trickle-down effect. Picture a time, a much simpler time, guys, when all you had was Ethereum and Solana, and there was nothing else. Imagine that. Because then all this liquidity stays right here. And this is exactly where it would be spent. Now you have Bitcoin's ecosystem, ordinals and runes, right? And still BRC20s a bit. But you've got Blast. You have Base. You got all these ecosystems that are just, man, they are really capturing people's attention and their money. And so all this stuff, it's out there. Right now, it's not really an ETH, even though ETH is actually your top blockchain, past 48 hours, in fact. But yes, I do think this leads to a run, not necessarily on ETH right now. It's coming. I feel very, very strongly about that's coming. Last point about CryptoPunks. I don't know if you guys agree with this, but I am consistent with this. Stop freaking shoehorning art into CryptoPunks. Look, Nina's fantastic. Her art is fantastic. But Yuga Labs, through the CryptoPunks brand, is doing this like artist in residency thing, like this new program. Because out of all their assets, CryptoPunks is the closest thing to art. And CryptoPunks are art. They are. They deserve to be in a museum. They're art. But just freaking leave CryptoPunks alone. That free-to-claim book is absolutely ridiculously lame. The fact that it costs $100, it's terrible marketing. But not focusing on that here. It's this. Don't use the CryptoPunks name and brand to do art. Art anything. Nothing. Just leave them alone as pure collectibles and as an artistic statement. That's it. They're an artistic statement. But don't use that brand to push other artists. You have Proof now. Yuga Labs owns Proof. Proof owns Grails. Proof created Grails. They have just about, if not the top art brand in all of Web3, aside from art blocks. Use them. And I get it. This started before they acquired Proof, but just move it over right now. However you can do that, do that. I just think they only set themselves up for mistakes and missteps and, kind of bad unintentionally bad planning if they keep using CryptoPunks to do anything other than just be a pure collectible. So I don't like this, and this is not a comment on Nina. Again, she is awesome. Her art's phenomenal, but it's about CryptoPunks. Leave them alone. Let people buy, sell, collect them without seeing their name attached to anything. Okay, rant over, guys. Sorry. Blast Punks is the alpha. All right. Remind me of this when we get to Blast, because we're definitely coming to Blast. And I got to get to runes. I got to do better at, like, whatever I title this show and use as a thumbnail. Joe made a good point yesterday, and Joe, like, good friends with Gary Vaynerchuk, so he learns a lot of Gary's techniques right from Gary. And he's like, dude, you got to get to your story, like, whatever's your thumbnail, you got to get to that within the first couple minutes. I suck at that. I'm still learning, but I suck at that. But in general, I just had a general point about Ethereum NFTs. Like I was saying, I do think this is coming back to ETH. People making some wins and gains over on Blast and wherever else. People are winning. They are. And I believe that's going to come back to Ethereum. So go cheer those people on. Let them make those wins and those gains elsewhere. They're coming back here. And the reason why is stuff like this, right? Okay, for these things to maintain the prices they have historically, and right now, a lot of these are still really, really pricey, really expensive. You just need a few collectors with those deep pockets and those guys who just truly believe in this the way that we do. And so I didn't know this either, but Alan Howard, tech billionaire, owns 20 CryptoPunks, 5 autoglyphs, 14 fidenzas. You see the list here. Guys, we do have those people here in this space actively that believe in it like us, that have the money to really keep these things at these astronomical prices. And it really doesn't take many of them to support this. As you see, to have a portfolio like that, you've got some serious bags here. You just do. And while I argue a lot that 10K collection sizes are way too big, in the long run, the long run, 10, 15, 20 years, 25 years from now, that's nothing. It's nothing, and I think a lot of these guys get it. So all of that to say, I'm still extremely bullish on, I'm not going to say ETH NFTs. I am still going to just say more the historic NFTs, the things who have that provenance that people will want to collect regardless of what chain it's on. Just happens to be that a lot of those ones are on ETH. These other chains, they're all building their history right now. And we will have grails on all those chains too, but ETH got that head start. Anyway, ETH NFTs in the past 7 days, yes, looking really hot. Like all these up double digits, all the big boys. Bored Apes were almost 17 ETH. They're pulling back quite a bit at this point. Yeah, you'll see past day, in fact, down almost 10%. Yeah, wow, big pullback here in the past 24 hours. And so again, in the forecast index, in fact, let's check at the ETH index. But you're most definitely seeing here a combination of the price of Ether being lower and also floor prices coming down, at least in those top collections. And those top collections are what are being measured here. Oh, dude, you're from Brooklyn, huh? That's awesome. My dad's born in Brooklyn. Dude, we always had like stickball bats laying around the house, Spaldings. We got a very, very Brooklyn-y kind of family. Even though I grew up around Boston, so even in the family, we had this little rivalry, Yankees, Red Sox, which was kind of always fun. But yeah, Brooklyn, cool shit. And again, last point, I think, on ETH, but again, we're up pretty decently. If and when these pull back to these prices we saw just a couple weeks ago, right? Bored Apes at 10, D-Gods at 1, Moonbirds, right? When these pull back, I think it's a when. I do think they'll pull back. Again, all those gains on those other chains, it comes back to these, right? If we prove this early in the cycle, they can reach 15, 16 ETH for Bored Apes, they'll do it again. So I think a lot of people looking for the next opportunity. I see a lot of opportunity on the Ethereum side. So keep in mind. Beanie here also saying, I wish he'd specify what, but saying the next few months we're going to see more free money dropped on crypto users than any other time, which sounds awesome, man. I would like in. I don't know what specifically he's talking about, though. I mean, some ideas. A lot of that's coming from Blast. I think there's a lot more, base. I think there's a lot more base platforms that are going to be dropping rewards, too. Hey, we're still waiting on Frame. I mention that from time to time. Where the hell is Frame? But yeah, I think it's a lot of stuff like this. Spectral Labs, this drop came out of nowhere. And man, you just get rewarded for holding things that you've been holding for a long time. So Giannis making 5 ETH. This dude, I mean, okay, we're not getting rewards like him. He's top, 0.1%. But man, rewards are coming. Yeah, confusion. I think I would assume he means that. I think Blast is going to be ridiculous. Ridiculous. It already is. But yeah, Blast is a cooker, man. Here, I might we can get to this. We could get to this. I kind of want to move on from punks. Anyway, tell you what, Lemon, we'll come back to it. If we got time, we'll come back to it. But basically, that punk that looked like it went to the burn address, again, wanted to figure out the transactions, how and where and why and all that. But we're halfway in, and I got to get to runes. So we'll come back to that. All right. Let's kill some tabs, get out of tab hell. And then Rune Mania, guys. Holy shit, I'm excited. All right, a big milestone, in my opinion. I think a big milestone. Couple things yesterday. So Dog is the #1 rune. And dude, I didn't check this, and I look here every single day, but Dog was the top gainer in all of crypto, which is absolutely wild. I wish I saw it to actually verify, man, because, like, yeah, I believe him. I do. I believe him. But that's wild. Now, he also tweeted out this morning that Dog Go to the Moon was the #9 meme coin in the world, and at the time of his tweet, it was. By market cap, I think last I checked, it's at about 12. But guys, man, great to see. Great to see. Because I think Dog Go to the Moon's market cap fell to like 220, somewhere in that ballpark. Huge, I mean, look at, here we go. Up almost 40% here in the past 24 hours. Huge recovery. So look at that. We're in good company if you're a dog holder, right? But in really good company. We got Degen and Brett surrounding us. We're not far from Popcat, and I think that's one of the hottest shit coins or meme coins over on Solana. I mean, we're right on the heels of Memecoin. It's looking pretty good, guys, honestly. Now, this is where I start getting into that, man, some of those thoughts like that Udi has, where these really have an uphill battle, and man, they really, really do. We need centralized exchange listings, right? Without spot trading there, this is so hard to trade for normies. And to get to that next level, like, look. All these coins around it have this huge advantage, which is, man, they're on dexes. You do spot trades. They're so easy to buy and sell, man. They're so easy. And still, runes are not easy. Well, you tell me, guys. You tell me, is this easy? It's not like it's crazy hard, but is it easy to go and buy it when you got to sit here and buy bundles, which, if you're new to this stuff, that's confusing as hell. Right? Like, it's confusing. You're not getting normies onboarded here. And with that said, the best time to get into something is before the normies. So, I mean, still, opportunity there. But yeah, it's not easy. We need those centralized exchange listings. We need Binance. We really need Binance. That's right, guys. Yeah, don't forget the diamonds on Magic Eden. That might be substantial. So we got that NFT token coming. What else, guys? What other big airdrops are on the horizon? There's got to be more. But anyway, great to see Dog cooking. But also, yeah, let me just back up a screen here. It's not just Dog. Arsic up, Decentralized up, Satoshi Nakamoto up, Wenko Menko runes, you filthy freaking degens, up big. Right? A lot of these runes are doing really, really well. Epic. Wow, already a $52 million market cap. Cool. I gotta check. I should have some. I should. I got a blob. I mean, I should have one of those. Yeah, all in all, runes coming back, and again, glad to see it, if not just to shut up people who are engagement farming the whole runes is dead thing. They are not dead. They're not dead, man. They're just not dead. All right, this I'm looking forward to, right? So Binance today, they've got an article coming out. I guess they got this new series, by the way, but the future of Bitcoin, which is awesome, right? This has got to be focused entirely on ordinals, inscriptions, even sailors like Orange Protocol, BRC20s, runes, all that stuff, right? Like this evolved form of Bitcoin. Well, their article today is about runes, so can't wait for this, man. In fact, I'm gonna peek if that's out yet. Oh, yeah, I think it's out. Let's peek at that. Hang on, let me make this viewable for you. All right. This is like a TLDR on stuff we already know. Damn it. I was hoping for some like real deep insights here. And I don't think we're getting that. Let's still run through it a little. Okay. Talking about why they came to be. The tech behind it, using using UTXOs. The fact that there's no actual changes to core Bitcoin, like there's no changes, right? It's implemented on current Bitcoin. No forks, no soft forks, no hard forks. Talking about the character limits. I still think there's something really cool to character limits, guys. Right? Every however many blocks, you can start etching smaller and smaller character limits. Each step of the way, we're going to have new meme coins that pop off and new meme runes. And they're going to cook, man. Right? So we already know Donald J. Trump, Joseph R. Biden, those can get etched when we reach the 12 character limit. All kinds of cool stuff. Think of when we get back to, or all the way down to having a 1 character rune. That's going to be awesome. Right? Everybody's going to look for the B, just the letter B for Bitcoin. Everyone's going to look for the letter X. Hell, when we get to 3 character, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of potential here. So, like, runes. Okay. All right, my Honey Badgers thesis, right? Honey Badger is always going to be in the conversation when you're talking about the first ever 10K collection on Bitcoin, right? Point there is always stays in the attention economy. It's always going to be relevant. Runes are always going to be relevant because every time the character limit gets smaller and smaller, people are going to be talking about these new named runes that have the names that are coveted, man, just coveted, that people want. It's going to stay in the attention. It's in the attention stream, in the attention economy, till we get past number 1, right? When they're all unlocked, different story at that point. But each time at those specific moments, all over X, all over. And you're going to see that, guys, in like 50 days. I think is the next time we get to 12, or is when we get to 12 characters, you're going to see that. Like, bookmark this. You're going to see that. Ooh, does this come a little faster than I was thinking? All 12 character names will be Oh, okay. We're not going to get to the 1 character runes till 2028. Guys, we have years. We have 4 years of runes having like this hype-worthy thing coming basically once a month, once every couple months, it looks like. Yeah, trust me. It's a really, really good thing for the staying power of runes. Again, at least in people's minds, at least on X, on social media platforms. Anyway, not a lot here. Not a lot of meat, unless there's more. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm going to check this out after the full report. What the hell? I want to see if there's actually more to this. Oh, there might be. Oh, God, dude. There's so much more. Yeah. Guys, check this out. This is way, way more thorough than I thought. And let me drop the link for you guys. Way more thorough than I thought. That's a good sign. I thought they got lazy with this thing, and they didn't. Yeah, that's so cool, Space Cadet. Oh, my goodness, the fees people will pay to etch those might put what we saw this past halving to shame. It really might. I don't see why it wouldn't. Anyway, dropped a link to this in the chat. This is awesome. I'm going to dive into this. Pick out any juicy bits we find here. I'll tweet those out. Good looking stuff, man. Love this. But yeah, runes in general, feeling pretty solid about those right now. Also, with that said, expect a lot more tools, a lot more building around runes. Saw a Telegram Discord bot for buying and selling, and it actually looks easy. This little video. Sorry about that. this little video showing how it works, really easy. And at this point, like, I don't use these Telegram bots for trading meme coins, but I think a lot of people love them. So if that's your style, if you find that easier to trade, well, now you can do it with runes. It does look quite a bit easier. I dig it. I dig it. All right, don't kill me here, guys. We're going to Fantasy Top. Now, not too deep into it, right? Not really talking rewards and strategy. We've done quite a bit of that, but right now, this big concern. It's a legit concern, and man, I'm worried about it for these guys. I've had my account botted before. I'm sure you guys have had that happen. It sucks, right? You can tell when your account's botted. Man, you get all these random accounts retweeting your shit, and I'm not writing anything worth retweeting here, but I had that happen a couple weeks ago, and I can't help but wondering if that's like somebody just fucking with me. I'm not sure why me specifically, and so it might have just been random. And sometimes it's the connection to Crypto Slam, right? It's people wanting to fuck with that somehow. And the fact that we have an NFT coming out, right? There is a little incentive to bot some of the stuff. Yeah, Fantasy Top, a.k.a. Henry. Oh, man. Dude, that kills me, man. But anyway, these guys who are now competing for engagement for Fantasy Top, man, they're getting botted to hell, dude, and it sucks. I don't know Richard well here, but I know that War Daddy guy. Like, not personally. I know him. I think he puts out phenomenal content. And he's had his account botted, which sucks, dude. Like, he puts on a really quality show. He's got great insights. He's deep in the base ecosystem. And man, if he loses his account, whether it's a short-term suspension or whether it's permanently gone because somebody bots his account, not good. And while I think Fantasy Top and these other SocialFi apps they're gonna crush long-term, crush. And I see people debating that on X. I think they're gonna do fantastically. But this will kill it. If it just becomes bot wars and PvP in a way that's dirty, like you botting your competition, it can't work if that happens. And right now that's happening. You know what we should do, guys? We should have a bet. Yeah, okay. We should have a bet for who's the first person to get banned. They want to bet on influencers. Let's have our own betting pool. Let's have our own site where we bet on who's banned first. And then what? That's going to encourage somebody to bot their account and get them banned. Terrible idea. Strike all that. Oh, do you really? Hey, so you saw, Marco, you saw firsthand the engagement go way up. 2.5 mil tweets, was it, on that one tweet? 2.5 million or 2.3 million views, yeah. So, hey, Marco, how'd that translate to points? Did they count it or do they disqualify it? You get a flip out of that? Or are you legit playing it? Yeah, wow, it counted? Wait, okay, yes, they counted, or they like kind of like they like zap the fake views? Yeah. G equals yes. Yeah, it's a huge problem. I don't know. Interesting stuff still around that the whole Fantasy Top ecosystem. I really do like it. Okay, I have been saying that it's probably still early to get in. Dude, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's the case anymore. I'm not so sure. I feel less confident about that. Now, I didn't save some of these tweets, but a lot of people saying that value is already down. Actually, no, I did save that. I think it was Easy. Let me peek. I think Easy showed his portfolio is down maybe almost half. Not quite. Let's say it's down like 30%. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Now, tournament's over, of course, so that's a factor there. But was valued at 5.3. That wasn't okay. Peak FOMO, right? Everybody looking at this, FOMOing in, buying packs, starting to trade. Of course, it's worth that much. Settling down now after the tournament, now worth about 3.6. But a lot of people out there saying they think it's going to throttle back much more, which does make sense. But also, okay, saying that at some point the rewards have to end kind of makes sense. Also, do they? Like, do the rewards have to end, or can they just lessen the rewards? And can it just be enough where it's still worth doing? And that's the tricky balance to find. And for whatever reason, this may be me being naive, but I don't see why the rewards can't just continue endlessly. Like Blur is kind of like endlessly rewarding and has been now for years. Now in increments, right? Like there are seasons and whatever. If they move to that model, so be it. But I don't see why this platform is not just kind of regularly rewarding you with gold or whatever. So I don't know. I'm not buying into this idea that it's all going to fizzle out and it's on to the next thing. I don't think that. I think Fantasy Top has got something different, something actually tangible, as simple as it may be. And again, we've talked about this to death. As basic, as low-hanging fruit as it is, makes so much sense and it works. I do like Whale's take on this too, though. Like, great take. I love this dude. Yeah, I like Whale's take a lot, okay? Fun platform, interesting game theory, yes, check. Let's see. They'll be giving out significantly more Blast Gold and other rewards in the coming week. Great. Let's see. Some more specific events. Ooh, I would dig that. Maybe a certain criteria, like a special event. Like you need to have like 3-star cards or higher for this type of event, like really elite ones. They also should do this. Okay, they should have a kind of tournament where you can only have like the lowest ranked cards, you know, like the most common. That would be awesome, and have a big prize. Have a big prize for that tournament. That would be awesome. There's a lot they can do with this, and I think they will. Okay, so the creators are making good money from this, which is great. Okay, up only won't work forever. As soon as the trend reverses, it'll get as ugly as the illiquid NBA Top Shot stuff. Yes and no. I mean, yes, that makes sense in a scenario, but... And nobody expects up only. Like, no. But periodically, great tournaments with great incentives, great prizes. Yeah, I think that can continue in that Blast ecosystem, which has been a cooker the past few weeks, man. Really a cooker. Okay, now this was probably the tweet I saw, but rewards are eventually going to come to an end. I don't know why they would. As long as the platform's making money, right, and then they have some to give out, as long as that's going on, great. Just trickle in new cards, like new rares, let people chase rares. They got to raise some money. I don't know what they're sitting on, right? I don't know what their treasury looks like, but the rewards don't necessarily come to an end. I don't believe so. But yeah, we'll see. With that said, yeah, nothing else really noteworthy there. I brought that up because it's a pretty good take on that whole ecosystem. And again, I dig that ecosystem. Yeah, wait, who did Whale say they were dead? Good morning, Tickle. It's good to see you, man. Tickle's my older brother for anybody who is newer to the show. Great to see you, sir. Oh, yeah, but here was maybe a final point on Fantasy Top. Is it too late to get in? I mean, it's not. It's definitely not, right? They have, I think, still half of their pool of gold to give away, but thought this was interesting from NFT Stats, right? So over half of the people who responded to this poll are already in Fantasy Top. This is where it gets interesting, right? I consider Stats and in that whole circle of people the cabal, not in a negative way. In fact, it's just the term I'm going to use. They're just very influential. And so I imagine they've been talking a lot about it. I imagine everybody around them is in this ecosystem, right? It just makes perfect sense. What he's saying, though, is it's not usual to have half of the people replying to his polls as being, yes, they're in the thing he's talking about, right? So more than half. Now, I remember, I think when he talked about ordinals, like how many people are in ordinals or have one ordinal, and at that point, it was less than half, too. And this was going back, months ago. So that was a good example that yes, I feel like ordinals were still early. I think right now are still early, maybe less. Well, obviously less than before, but Still early there. So same has to apply here to Fantasy Top. Still early, but a little less if over the half the people out there are already in it. I believe they have like a 19, 20,000 strong user base in Fantasy Top. So early, but you're not that early. And then an interesting comment from a dude I really like, I really respect. I respect the artist opinions here. So, Mario Klingeman, Quasimondo, that's his artist name, right? So Quasimondo. Imagine a world where everyone would act responsibly in trying to grab other people's attention instead of permanently attempting to max it out and consistently reminding everyone of one's presence. This gets to that whole influencers are icky kind of thing, right? I can argue both sides of it. It can be off-putting. It can. At the same time, those guys need to eat. This is their way of working. They're very good at what they're doing, right? It's hard to hate on that. And not that I think this comes from a place of jealousy from Mario at all. It's completely different. Mario has a different vision for the way that really we all win together. And that's by sharing more and more and more. And in this influencer attention economy, it is very much kind of the opposite. It is not sharing the spotlight. It is very much commanding as much of it as you can get. It's a game. It is PvP. It comes down to that. It is. So, I guess, okay, is Fantasy Top maybe a little interesting where it is maybe sharing the spotlight a little more? Influencers all with a common goal, sharing a similar message. Other fantasy influencers doing well is good for you too. It's bringing people to the platform and then bringing eyes to you. You know? It's a lot to think about here. That whole influencer debate, it's really deep. It's really nuanced. There's so much to it. I don't know that it's right to just blanket hate these guys. They're just people, and they're just people who are working and grinding, and again, they do a really good job. Some of them are different. The ones that are taking advantage of you, that's different, but these other guys, I think we got a lot of good people, good character people that are influencers here. It's hard to shit on them, you know? Yeah. I mean, there is a point where it's incredibly competitive for sure. Yeah. They do, man. Hey, if you're top dog, you're making money from it. I have never been great at that. You may have noticed the past 2 days, I'm tweeting more. Dude, I have to start doing it. And this is me giving like 10%. I have to start giving it. I got to ramp up to 110%. I've got to get good at Twitter. I got to get some content out there because it works, right? I do a lot of this stuff, the video stuff, and I know this will be 100 times more successful if I get in the algorithm on Twitter. I'm not really there. I can tell you at points I have been when Ozzy was doing the Metaverse Music Festival, and I was tweeting a fuck ton about that, working with a team, right? And back in the early Tezos days, right? I felt what that was like for a very brief period of time to have the algorithm really pick you up and you know it's putting you in front of people. And when that happened, DMs flooded with offers for things. Probably a lot of it fake, a lot of it real too. A lot of it was real. It really, like truly, and that's these guys. They get offered those angel investment opportunities. They get offered pre-sale token stuff. They get offered, man, you know this already, but they get offered free NFTs for shilling stuff. They do. And again, this is how they make their money. They got to do it. So I guess we got to stop hating on them. Or not. I don't care. We'll leave it at that. I don't care. Holy cow, dude. This show's flying. Got about 5 minutes and so much more to get to. We will probably go long. We got a new jackpot winner yesterday on Blast. So remember, guys, every block, the Blast Gold jackpot cycles, and it spins, and it's going to pick a winner, or it's not. It could land on nobody. But yesterday it landed on this token called Big. And man, guys, again, talking about how rewarding that ecosystem is, it is crazy. Let me see if I got this the right token pulled up here. Is this it? Yeah. Here we go. This right here is Big. This is the token that won the jackpot yesterday. This token has a $1.3 million market cap. it's kind of a nothing burger, right? It's kind of nothing. Point there is, man, there's a lot of opportunities to get into cheap coins, to get rewarded if the coin, I mean, geez, if it moons. But then also to play the blast jackpot. These guys, every holder got a payday. They're in a token that you never know could be big. And I think when a rush of liquidity comes in here, I think all those coins are going to pump because truthfully, there's not a lot of them. And hell, the biggest meme coin in that ecosystem, it's actually, I might have had this wrong. I said it was PacMoon. PacMoon might not be there. I think there's one above it, but PacMoon blew up over the past 48 hours. Right now, $150 million market cap, which is nothing. Now, I can't compare Blast to Solana yet. It's too early. Solana's got years of a head start, a much more robust ecosystem. But Solana has meme coins worth $2 billion or $2 billion market caps. The biggest market cap on Blast, 150 mil? Come on. Come on. All right, let me sort this. Let me see if we can just look and see who is top dog here. Market cap. Okay, this yes token. Not a verified token. I don't know. I don't know if that means we don't count it. Little zoom in here for you guys. Yeah, so I don't think that means we don't count it. I could be wrong. I don't know. You got that easy token, 247 mil, and pack, 143. Guys, man, English said this in the show, when was it? A few days ago. Maybe it was over the weekend. Maybe it was like Monday. I don't know. So he called it. I think I called it before. I'm English if you're watching. But yeah, he and I have a difference of opinion. He thinks it's a $500 million market cap coin, and I think it's a $1 billion market cap coin. I'm sticking with my prediction. I think you got $1 billion incoming for pack. Not yet, but that's coming. So, point here is, guys, look at the market cap column. Know what kind of market caps we... dude, look how quickly it drops under 100 mil and how drastically it drops. Okay, when I say there's a lot of opportunities out there on Blast, it's the NFTs, it's the dApps themselves, like the games and the protocols. But man, if you are already familiar with meme coins and if you're good at meme coins and you like doing TA and you get it, you just get it. Look at these juicy opportunities here. Couple $1 million for market cap is nothing. Nothing. I mean, you got a 50x to get to a $100 million market cap, and some of these are going to get there, if not more. A lot of these even lower. So, guys, a lot of potential there. Okay, right now for myself, if I want to get into meme coins, not financial advice, and I'm telling you, I don't trade meme coins. I suck at them. But if I'm going to get into meme coins all of a sudden, I'm probably not going to Solana, because if I'm going to start fresh and learn something, let me go and learn the ecosystem that maybe has the most upside, because it hasn't really reached its potential yet. It hasn't been tapped yet. And to me, that's Blast. And I'll say this. I think it's also base. But Blast. If I'm diving into meme coins, I'm probably going to put all that attention on Blast. Just sharing what I would do. Can't say that means much, but, you know, I see the opportunities. Blast, by the way, again, I think it's going to cook, man. I don't think 150 mil is where it finishes at all. Like, at all. People excited about this. I just like this dude so much. But yeah, remember, Beeple gave all his PacMoon allocation, right? He made a lot of it. He had it dropped as a stimmy for the whole PacMoon community. So a lot of people got a nice, like an airdrop or a claim, I'm not sure which, but they got his PacMoon. But man, it's catching his eyes now. It's spicy out there, guys. I personally, I do not want to keep missing Blast, right? I don't. All right. We'll move on. I'm going to go kind of quick through the last points here. If you saw the morning video, by the way, the Inside NFT video, you saw... well, let me see. Did you see all... Yeah, you saw all of this stuff. But again, I want to touch on it because it's important. But guys, Privy integrating Instagram, meaning... I think picture something like Wallet Connect in a way. Web3 platforms can use this service called Privy for other platforms, other tools to allow logins for authentication, right? TLDR, you can now use your Instagram account to log into Web3 apps. I think that's huge. Again, I think that's massive. So, like, yeah, Instagram had removed their NFT support, right? Remember they used to have that in there maybe a year or two ago? Well, in a way, it's touching NFTs again. And I can't help but think about, I mean, this is obvious, but I can't help think about Friendtech and Fantasy Top. Just these SocialFi apps that now can touch these DeFi platforms. Man, someone set up this Fantasy Top, but for Instagram influencers. Can you even fathom how big that would be? Like, it'll put our influencers here on X to shame. Because, like, Instagram, we're talking about millions and millions and millions of followers. Completely different game from X. I mean, man, the attention you get over there is just, I think there's nothing that tops it. Maybe TikTok, right? But gamify that stuff, dude. Like, that will blow up. And this is a way to get there. So I really like this move by Privy and Instagram. I think it's smart. I think this is what adoption looks like. It just happens slowly, but man, we just keep growing and growing and growing. Okay, this story you also saw. This one, honestly, I think this is just kind of a ho-hum, kind of boring headline, but I also think it's one of the most bullish indicators, period. I thought that platforms like Galaxis were dead. Dead. I never thought PFPs were dead, right? Never. I believe PFPs will always be around and will come back in a big, big way, but I thought these like celebrity, cash grabby kind of NFTs were dead. And yet somehow Galaxis raised $10 million. Like, that's kind of mind-boggling to me. And it's maybe a great indicator that we got a lot more coming. Like, really. Let me see if I got that site up here. I want to show you what it is they've put out before. Like, just so you can remember, if you were here back then, just so you remember what it was that they were selling, right? I mean, some of it you see on the screen here. LaMelo Ball NFTs. You guys remember that time, right? Was that 2021 or 2022? Man, for the life of me, it is all such a blur. I cannot remember. But here's the platform. I think it's bonkers that this continues on, let alone raise $10 million. But the Mike Tyson NFTs, I remember these. I think I bought some of these. Wait, did you guys buy those? Do you remember that? But they had the Aoki NFTs, the LaMelo Ball. They had the NBA, the Association NFTs. I remember those. I remember they had some kind of mess up with their mint, and they ended up having to mint like a second collection too. Again, I thought this stuff dead. Like, everybody realized those celeb things were cash grabby and want no part of it. And again, yet they raise $10 million, guys. What? So unless they raised that for like another type of plan, another type of product, something else, I'm shocked. Like, absolutely shocked here. And so I'm wondering, man, again, are we about to be back in a much bigger way? My prediction was always that this upcoming NFT bull run, bigger than 21, 22. And I believe that. I just don't know if that's like this run right here, or if that's maybe a next year thing. I'm not sure. And it's not happening until we get more users. I know all of us here, I think we're turned off by these kind of NFTs, though, the celeb cash grab ones. Aoki is absolutely still a top signal. Yeah, dude, he definitely is. And then Frank has become a bottom signal, which is awesome. Dude, yes. Yeah, Confusion, I saw those. I was tempted to grab some because they were still pretty darn cheap. I want to peek at those. Let's have a look-see. We're getting ready to wrap. Let's kind of just poke around real quick. Anything else you guys got that you want us to peek at together? Throw it out here. Okay, what were these called? The Retordinals. We're such assholes. Oh, okay. Hey, these are actually cheaper than when I was looking. I think they've come down a bit. No, actually, maybe not. Maybe they're holding strong. Okay. Yeah, interesting. I dig it. Bitcoin, I like how they have shitty art, and it's kind of like part of the fun and part of the charm. I don't like that art. Oh, dude, Lemon, that's right. Yeah. That's where I remember from. Yeah, hey, if they're hanging around, great. By the way, the Bitcoin Shrooms founder, like, out of here. I don't think he was heavily involved with shrooms anyways, other than creating them, but he had tweeted and actually inscribed kind of like a little farewell message. So he's kind of moving on to whatever's next for him. Also noticing, and maybe this was here yesterday, I'm just noticing it now, but like the diamond rewards, like the multiplier on Blob, on Quantum Cats, on Arsic, I didn't notice it on Quantum Cats maybe yesterday or day before. So maybe expect a little extra farming, maybe. Also, check your kitty for a cape. I just got a feeling we're going to start seeing some capes flying around. Love them sweet cats. I'm telling you guys, too, we're going to get a lot of cool insights from Henry from that Udi chat, which he shared yesterday, right? But cool that he met in person, dug the guy, learned a lot from him. And again, Udi pretty bearish on runes. Yeah. If that was just right now, millennials, then I'm curious. It definitely was up before. Yeah, wow. Yeah, again, I mean, look at runes here. A lot of green. They are definitely starting to cook. So I wonder what happened. Can we actually see the activity here? I see just one buy pending here, but yeah, I mean, rune's starting to pick up steam, which is great. Definitely keep our eyes on this stuff. Now, yeah, that would be fantastic. Okay, check this out. Check this out. Conspiracy theory. Put on your tinfoil hats, boys. Put them on. Right now, the CyberKong's team. Oh my God, guys. It's coming to me right now. It's coming. All right, check this out. Oh, and by the way, before I give this take, guys, make sure you're subscribed right here to SlamX Official. You like this, me cutting a promo right in the middle? Subscribe to SlamX Official over on YouTube. To Crypto Slam, you got to be following us on X. And the same with SlamXO. SlamXIO. You guys, I'm so blind. Holy cow. Okay, check this out. Not a conspiracy theory, really. Not really tinfoil hat. This is common sense, guys. What's going on right now? What is going on right now that could make runes move? Do we got some insider trading going on here, guys? Maybe. I'm going to give you guys a second. Tell me what you think might be happening right now. It's just hit me. I'm giving you guys 30 seconds. Drop it. It's a good thought. Some good thoughts here, guys. I would not be shocked by that Binance thing. Yeah, keep in mind what's going on right now in Hong Kong that the whole damn Kongs team is at. Right? You got these two conferences in Hong Kong. You got, like, what is it? Bitcoin Asia and some big Ordinals conference too. Those guys are there taking meetings, right? These guys are meeting and making partners. Do you think behind the scenes they've already worked out some kind of exchange listing and they're being scooped up? And is that why across the board here in Ordinals, or excuse me, in Runes, we're starting to cook all of a sudden? I think so, guys. I think this is pretty damn obvious. That in particular, I'm so glad you shouted that out, man. But I would not, an ETF. Yeah, a decentralized ETF locked in. Guys, man, let's check if they got an announcement, because I would not be shocked if they're making some deals and some big deals while they're out there. Again, Henry meeting with Udi. Henry's meeting with fucking everybody out there. So yeah, I think there is some wheeling and dealing going on out there. Something's coming, man. So Henry speaking at Ordinals Asia. I think that's today. No, the 11th. Couple days. All right, let's check the decentralized account. Otherwise, dudes, I just think there's some behind the scenes, I'm not going to say shenanigans, but something's going on. You're not jumping that much for no reason at all. So anyway, not a conspiracy theory, a very educated guess here. I think there's some stuff cooking at these conferences, which I love. Super Kongish. Super Kongish. Definitely Joe Biden. Definitely Joe Biden. I'm sticking with it. I think some deals are going down over in Hong Kong. It makes so much sense. All right. Last bit of news here. This caught me off guard. Again, I half apologize. Also, I don't give a shit. I know that, I mean, he's just so polarizing, but I'm not going to not talk about news that impacts this space. Donald Trump today has his second gala dinner for his NFT collectors. Didn't think that was happening. Maybe I just forgot about it. But if you bought 49 of his cards, or maybe 47 of his cards, today, in between his trials, right, he heads back to Mar-a-Lago, and he's having one of his parties for, 47 of them. But having a party, another dinner for his holders. I'll tell you this. Nothing about Trump, but his team, his NFT team, kills it. Those guys are excellent. Man, they have crushed it nonstop here. So, surprised. He has lived up to his end of everything he said he would do here in the NFT space. Respect that. It's big news. I didn't see it anywhere. I mean, yeah, people don't want to talk about him, so of course people aren't talking about it, but I'm talking about it. It's a big story. A freaking former president having a dinner with NFT holders. You better believe that's news here. All right, and then finally, guys. No, not that one. Did I lose? I lost my link. Hang on. I'm going to find this. But actually a really cool story on the tech front, and then we're out of here. No, not that. Hell, am I going to find it? Certainly hope so. There's a story I'm looking for about a new EIP submitted by Vitalik. And it's actually pretty damn cool. Like, pretty damn cool. Man, where did I see that story? Give me a minute. If I can't find it, I'll just explain it. We don't need the article. Not one bit. Hang on. You should see my cheat sheet. In fact, I'll share it. Whatever. Honestly, we don't need it. We don't need the actual sheet. Okay. Vitalik Buterin, co-founder of Ethereum, has submitted an EIP for an upgrade to wallets. I love this. Right? Now, what he actually is submitting is for an update or a challenger to a previous EIP. And that previous EIP is making wallets more like a smart contract, right? Baking in some security, some extra functionality. Basically, picture your wallet right now. It's a dumb little product. Send in and out. It's kind of it. But picture what you could do with something that has programmability into it. And if you made a wallet have that kind of functionality. Okay, so somebody proposed that. Everybody's assuming and expecting that will end up getting approved. And that we're going to get basically wallets 2.0. Cannot wait for that. But Vitalik also threw his hat in the ring here. He's also proposing a smart wallet that is only temporarily smart. So your wallet is a wallet as is, except in certain circumstances. In those circumstances, all that programmability, that smart contractness, that comes into play. I don't know this yet, and so I got to find the article, and I really got to dive in here. But I want to see the pros and the cons to having it just permanently like a smart contract, and the other side having it temporarily. Pros, cons. I don't know. But again, I think that's a big deal, and that's just speaking to the kind of growth and the evolution of these platforms. I absolutely love it. I kind of like anything coming right from Vitalik. I mean, who knows the product better than him? So, God, I got to find that report. Oh, no. Bummer. Whatever. What I said still applies. Your basic ass wallet. Lemon, I think you had to buy 47. That was my gut. That's what I recall there. But yeah. Hey, your basic wallet's cool, man. It's basic. It is what it is. But if your wallet had baked in security, like some type of like two-factor authentication, like that's built into the wallet, be a little better, right? A little safer. And that's what's coming, guys. Whether it's the other EIP or it's Vitalik's EIP that ends up getting approved, either way, our wallets are about to get a lot smarter, a lot more useful, a lot safer. It's great stuff, guys. It's great. No, it is. No, it's basic, Lemon. Yeah. Hey, I mean, Lemon, there's already products out there. There's a Guardian contract that is made by the Kongs. I hate to sound so shilly with them, but they've made a contract that you can lock your NFTs via another contract. In a way, it's like 2FA. This NFT in your wallet cannot be transferred out without this other wallet actually unlocking it or actually sending it, which is brilliant. So the CyberKongs gave people access to a wallet. They put out they put out the public key. They said, "You guys go. I dare you to try to take the assets in here. If you take them, they're yours." But the fact is, they couldn't take them because they were locked by another contract. It's genius. And that's the kind of stuff I think you could bake natively into the wallets here with either of these EIPs. So, really cool. Really cool stuff. Man, oh man. I think we did it, guys. I think we have freaking done it. All right, so later today, I don't know if I want to show my shows here, but I'm gonna here till somebody tells me not to. So let me set the stage at least for tomorrow. Tomorrow, we'll be back with Chain Reactor, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. But before that, we got Inside NFTs coming live at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time today. That's going to be over on the Inside NFTs channel. You can find it at NFTLDR. That's on YouTube. It is on X. I'll be streaming on both and on my personal account. That's our show to cut loose a little more. Not that this one's tight, because it's definitely not, but that's the cut loose one. Man, we spent all Friday not even talking NFTs. We talked aliens and politics and goofball stuff, which maybe we got to stick more to NFTs, but whatever. We had fun. But anyway, had a blast here with you guys. Thank you, Gravity, dude. Appreciate that. Like, words from you mean a lot, so appreciate that, sir. And thank you for showing up, man. You've been, again, I think you've been to every episode. It does mean a lot, sir. One final time, though, and clearly I'm trying to push something here, but one final time, I'll ask you guys, if you're not subscribed already to SlamX Official on YouTube, absolutely looking to grow that. And I'll say the same about SlamXIO. That is so hard for me to say, but the new SlamX account on X. Again, a lot of these things that we've been teasing, the NFT collection, you've seen some other teases out there. Things we can't say yet, but you've seen the teases. There is stuff coming. SlamX is going to be a very, very big part of CryptoSlam's future. Actually, maybe not CryptoSlam's future. Maybe I said too much already. Something else. Maybe, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to get myself in trouble here, but follow SlamXIO. Subscribe to the SlamX official account, guys. I'll keep you updated on everything. Hey, that's good to know. If you liked Friday, that helps. Joe, I don't want to put this on Joe. Joe thought it was maybe a little rough. And I'm like, well, it was, but it was supposed to be. But either way, we thought maybe Friday wasn't a great look. I'm glad you had fun with it, because I kind of did too. Anyways, we'll wrap here, guys. Like always, appreciate you guys coming out. Again, thank you. I'll see you later on today, and I'll see you tomorrow on Chain Reactor right here. Until then, we'll see you guys.